Guys, I just wanted to give you guys a warning, and I truly apologize. Believe me, I'm not happy. I'm actually really upset, but these things do happen. So maybe the last 10 minutes of the video or so, close to that. I think it starts like at 27 minutes from there on, and I think the video is like 37 minutes. Anyway, most of the work, most of the details and everything that you guys are going to need to make this happen, okay, to your car and workable and everything, it's there. Okay, so I noticed the sound went out when I was doing the plug welds and all that. Then I moved forward to explaining the welder to you guys. Okay, I'm going to do it real quick. So I showed that the deck lid works nicely, my body gaps came out beautiful, everything here is good. I just was talking about that it's a flux core welder I'm using. I also have used gas. Okay, I know both. I've been doing flux core for many years, so it doesn't fight me. And I was just showing my settings. So if I do any plug welds, the amperage side will go here to that yellow dot between the C and the D. My wire speed between the 3 and the 4. And if you're gonna do tack welds, I will go right below the 3 on wire speed, and I will go right above the B for the volts. Okay, and then I showed that everything here works good. I just had a little bulge in the middle, which I could fix that. It's not a big deal. And then when I came in front of the car, I was explaining that I need to still seal the complete inside of the car with the direct to primer that I use. And also I ordered my radiator support. I was explaining that I need to put the engine in the tranny, and I want to put the radiator support so I could mount the radiator and I can actually test out the engine and see the oil pressure, see the temperature and all that kind of good stuff, and make sure all that is good before I keep building up the car. Okay, but then I'm going to be overhauling the front suspension pretty soon. That will be in a new video. And then I also explain, when you always see my hands, you know, I tell you guys keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. But basically that's what you guys missed of the stuff I was talking about. I'm also going to start grinding all the paint, not grinding but sanding, whatever it takes to take off the paint. I like to use sanding method, different kind of tools I will show you guys. And I'm going to seal up the car because I'm really getting close to moving to body work. Again, I apologize, but keep checking the video out. It's an awesome video, a lot of information there of how to install your deck lid latch brace. Hey guys, here's Lou, and on this video on the Lovebird, I am going to show you how to mount your trunk latch brace. And this applies for 67 and 68 Firebird. It's the same thing, same brace. All right, here goes the Lovebird. Every day I come down to the garage and I see her in this stage, I get so happy because all my hard work of repairing, I mean, I don't know, you guys make the call. Maybe 90%, maybe 85% or so of the sheet metal on this car. Basically now the front is a bolt on, all right, and I really feel that if anybody ever needs a first gen bird to be put together, the shell, let's say a nice solid shell, have somebody else do it. I'll be interested in doing it if you guys are not far from Pennsylvania. But I really do believe anybody that is handy with tools, all right, you might not be able to weld, which is okay, or don't feel comfortable with welding, but I think everybody is capable of putting the front sheet metal on these cars. Is a bolt on sheet metal that goes on the car, okay, in the front. And the only thing is that you have to play with the adjustments, the alignments, but believe me, you take your time. There's plenty of videos out there. I have videos. Jonathan from Vinyl Village Garage have videos, so why not? Also, Mike from Lake and Lodge have videos when he was putting his 67 Firebird convertibles together. I mean, and great videos for all those guys out there. So I believe the information is out there for whoever wants that done. Okay, and like I said, I will be interested in doing anybody's shell putting this part together, but the front piece, I think anybody could do it. So let's go on with the video. All right, and here at the table, I have basically everything you guys are going to need to do this job. Okay, and let's start from here. So on this side of the table, I have the filler neck. This is the same identical filler neck for 67 and 68. Okay, I have a couple of these. All right, of course, this is the little door on the little cover. Sorry, the gas cap cover. All right, this is your filler neck cover, the inside part. Okay, and this was made to protect this part of the metal here. Let's say if you had anything in your trunk and it was sliding and moving around, that you won't be denting this or hurting it in any short form. So they made this cover, and this cover was donated to me by Mike from Lake and Lodge. Look, buddy, you see, I'm already using the parts you donated here to First Generation Garage. I appreciate you. That was really generous of you. And you are going to need screwdrivers. Okay, I checked both of these last night and they both work to pry open the, not to pry open, to slide it in this little groove here where the key, once it goes in, there's a rod, this rod right here, and it moves it, so it unlocks it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have opened the trunks like that when you don't have a key or a cylinder. So you're gonna need some screwdrivers. These two paint sticks here are for while I'm pulling the deck lid down. I want to check my measurements. Okay, so my body gaps, the lines, all right, to see if if I'm too big on one side. I make the adjustment to accommodate from another side, and I have my 3/16 of a gap using paint sticks. Sometimes I use a brake line, 3/16 brake line, that also works. This you're going to need your trunk cylinder. Okay, you are going to need that. It's really, really important. I cannot stress how important it is to have this. This is funny. I have this for 21 years because it was the original cylinder to my 67 Firebird deck lid. And I kept it because, I don't know, it just brought me memories. And then later on, when I got into the metalwork, I said, boy, I'm happy I saved this because now it helps me for when I'm going to be putting the braces on the car. It helped me with my white 68. It's helping me now with the Lovebird and hopefully many more cars to come. Now, this rod here, and this is the cylinder, where you guys see there's a slot right here and an opening, you see? So this side doesn't have the opening. The other side does. So what you do with this rod, you get the side that is open, which is right there. You stick in the rod, all right? Let's call this the L-shape side. And you just put it right through. And that's the way she will hang inside. Once you put it through the tail panel, into the trunk area, and she slides into here. And when you hit the key and you move the mechanism inside, you see, she gets to open your trunk. So really important to have this, guys. If you don't have a spare one, it's okay. Buy the one that you are going to use to the car at your final build. And of course, the key to your cylinder. And here goes the trunk latch brace. And trust me, this is a hunk of steel. All right, it's thick, it's strong. All right, here goes the latch, the locking part. And this is the original one to the Lovebird. I just finished cleaning it and wire wheeling it last night. Once it's in the car, I'll do some more sanding and I'll prime it and make sure that she's nice and sealed but this is the original one. Okay, so basically you are going to be doing plug wells right here. Okay, so this original one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plug wells. All right, there goes your plug wells. All right, and then on this side, when she sits on the trunk floor, they just stitch weld it straight across and stitch weld it straight across. Okay, and this little gadget here, okay, this little bracket here bolts on. So this is the side of your tail panel. Okay, and this screws onto here, right here, that little hole right there. Okay, and when you have your cylinder, your lock cylinder in the tail panel, you're going to slide this into the cylinder first, then it's going to touch this, and here you are going to screw it with a screw onto the brace, and this is holding your lock cylinder, and it's not going to move. So this is what keeps it nice and tight and secure for your cylinder not to come out. Okay, and when they sell you the new ones, it has a little rubber gasket. I don't have that rubber gasket right now, but it does come with that, and it fills in the gap, and she fits nice and tight. So you're going to need this bracket. This bracket is an original bracket. You're going to need a screwdriver to put the screw in for the bracket to the side that it needs to be mounted to, and a 7/16 wrench. Okay, I like to use these ratchet wrenches. They make your life a whole lot easier, and I'll show you where are you going to use this and when. Okay, and believe it or not, body hammers. Let's start here first. Okay, so on the tail panel, where you are going to be sliding this through this hole. All right, for the filler neck to go in. On these new tail panels, it likes to catch itself right here because this metal is too much bended down. It needs to go more up. So just check it out. If you guys ever bought one and they gave you that problem, this is on OER, and it did give me that problem on this build and also on the other 68 that I built. And what I did was I took a body hammer that looks like this, and I took it and I just kept hitting it gently, okay, until I was able to bend that flap up and she doesn't catch. Okay, now, so that's why you guys saw the body hammer here on the bench. So guys, please check your alignment first. All right, check your alignment first on the deck lid. Mine's is not that bad at all, as you guys could see. Okay, I like how the corners are fitting. Corners are fitting nice and flat. Look at that, nice and flat, nice and flat. That's why I'm just saying my opinion, my experience. It's good to try to use as much as the original steel that you can. Okay, try to get familiar with metal. Try to get pretty good with metal, and you will be able to fix original sheet metal. Okay, I mean, if it's too far gone, I understand, but if you could fix it, because it's gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches in the long run. Okay, so the only thing I see, the only problem I have here is that, see how she's nice and flat here? She's nice and flat here. But as I go from this point to this point, she's kind of like bulging. See, I could feel like a little bit of my finger inside it, which that's an easy fix. So I'm not sweating that. And when I have her down, putting some pressure down, look at that. She's nice here. She's also really nice here. Okay. And I hope when I put the latch, she'll be this nice. Okay. So my plans is, once I put the hood latch, okay, I'm gonna take off the deck lid. I'm gonna put on the ground of the garage, a solid ground. You want to do this. I'm gonna put a 2x4 this way, a 2x4 this way, and I'm just gonna step. I'm gonna mark with a piece of tape where she's bulging out. So she's bulging out from this point to this point. I'm only gonna walk and put some pressure on this side to see she flexes a little bit down, and I fixed that problem. So I saw that I had from the right side and the left side, my spacing was good. My body line was pretty good. So I'm leaving it there for now. Any adjustments that I need to do to it, I will. And then you want to put your brace in. So you put the brace in the car. Okay. You put the brace in the car. All right. And you will put your lock cylinder in. I'm going to get to that point right now. I'll bring you guys right back. Let me put the phone on the tripod. All right, guys. So I just have the brace sitting there. Nothing is mounted down to hold it or anything. She's just floating in there. Okay. And I hope you guys will be able to see the work on this. So here's the lock cylinder. You'll go through the tail panel. She's coming through the tail panel. All right. There are grooves to fit the lock cylinder. Follow those grooves. Okay, just pushed it through. And here goes this bracket I told you that does hold the cylinder. Okay, she goes in through here, and you're going to put it through the rod. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you see that rod? You're going to put it right through. So I'm inside the rod now, okay? I'm through the rod. And she's locking the cylinder, so she slide. In other words, she slide in like this, locking the cylinder to the tail panel, okay? Now I'm going to put the rod, but she could unlock the deck lid. And let me see if I could get you guys a view of that. So right now, that's the way she looks, okay? And that's the bracket, and she's in the cylinder, locking it into place. All right. And these measurements so far is what I'm happy with, okay? And now the screw to mount the bracket that is right here to the brace, okay? So let's see how everything works out from this point on. Okay. Let me see if you guys can see that. You see, I just screwed in the screw to hold the bracket to the brace. Okay. And this is, I have done this many times, and this is what I like. This is how I like to measure for the trunk brace. Okay. So now I'll stick my hands. Let me see if I could put this a little out right there. Perfect. I'll stick my hand through the hole where the filler neck will go, and I will hold this brace with these fingers. I will hold on to it, pushing it that way. Okay. And then I'll see how I'm at. I'll bring down the deck lid. And she closed really nice there. Okay. So right now, let's see. And let's see how she's closing. She's closing really nice. I love the way it feels right here, nice and flush. Look at the body gap right there, the body gap right here. And I'll bring you guys right back. All right, guys. So she closed pretty good. Now I just want to get my paint sticks and see where I'm at with the adjustments of the deck lid. Okay. All right. And to me, that's a good. That's a goal. In my book, that is a goal. I mean, she moves very slightly, but look at that. Not bad at all. And that's straight across, okay? Now, right here, straight across, okay? And she locked nice. And you guys saw she locked on the first try, okay? Not bad. Nice side view. Really nice. Let me move the stick. Really nice the way she meets up right there. Remember, she's a little high right now. She's gonna go down once that brace is welded to the car. All right. Really nice. I love it. Okay. I'm going to show you guys what to look for if it doesn't close right away like this one did. I did play with the adjustment, okay? So don't think I got lucky. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't get lucky. I had to play with the adjustment of the deck lid, and I'm going to show you guys right now how to go about it. Okay. So right here on the deck lid, okay? This is where it goes down. This is your striker, and it lock, and it's gonna slam into here onto your latch, and the latch will catch it, and of course your deck lid will stay locked. Okay. On the other side, right here, you have two bolts, one here, one here. They are 7/16 bolts. Loose them, but just finger loose, not really, really loose. And what I did is a little skinnier here than my thumb could fit. My thumb could barely fit. I got to squeeze it to fit a little bit. Okay. And what I'm trying to say is play with the adjustment. So she goes in and she comes out. I always go in to make it nice and the body lines to be nice and tight. So I had to move this one in until I was happy. I tied down back my screws and I play with the adjustments. So the in and out until I was happy. And once you slam it, close the, not slam, close the deck lid, she should close. Now, this is going to be a tip, okay? And the tip is where you know that she closed nice, mark it with tape. So I marked it here and I marked it here. See? So I know when I place it, each corner have to be at the edge of the tape on the inside, not the outside, the inside. So here I will use my self tappers. I'm going to use my self tappers now. Okay. And I will be plug welding away and also stitch welding this. And we'll see how it comes out. Guys, just an advice I'm going to give you guys, and believe me on this, try to paint your brace, okay, before welding it to the car, just the back part, because you're not going to have another chance to paint it as clean as you have this opportunity now once it's off the car. Do what you need to do to clean it up, paint it, and then start welding it to the car. If any little paint burned off because of the welding, it's not going to be that much. You can always touch it up at the back. I love to use a foam brush with any paint that I'm going to use to paint the interior of the car. Believe me, it works miracles. Use a foam brush and you're not going to tell if it was sprayed on, brushed on, or whatever. Believe me on that. Another thing that I didn't mention, I'm going to mention it now. Your brace latch lock, it's adjustable, okay? So far, I did not have to touch it. I left it the way it was. God knows how long, but when I received the Lovebird, I left it exactly like this. I haven't touched this part. Okay, so let the paint dry a little bit. I'll put some well-through primer on this side because this is the side that's going to get the plug wells, and I'll put some on the back of this side here. These things are going to get welded to the car, and then we'll be moving on to the Lovebird and getting her welded at the deck lid trunk over there, for the deck lid to have a nice place to shut his mouth. All right, bye bye. I'll bring you guys right back, guys. And this is how this bracket here holds your lock cylinder. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that from the back side. So she slides in, locking the lock cylinders like that. She doesn't pop out. So you need this bracket. Believe me, you do. And over here, there are grooves cut out on the tail panel. Follow those grooves with the lock cylinder, and that's how you're gonna find the way of pushing it right in. And once she goes in, then you're gonna use the brace right here, the bracket. Sorry, the bracket on this side. Okay.